welcome back to Moving Forward.
Dr. Mahaber, the Foward Declaration, it's something that we've been hearing a lot about. A lot of us have had the privilege of reading the declaration, knowing exactly what our then political leader, the Honorable Mr. Winston Ducaran, signed on behalf of the COP. But what does it symbolize?
The Foward Declaration was signed in Foward. That's why it's called Foward Declaration. And it is a declaration of the 5 partners in the partnership. What I can tell you, when the Congress of the People signed, we believed in what we were signing, and we have held to that belief. What does the Foward Declaration say? It has a declaration of principles, and it has a declaration of values. And I will go very quickly because I know we don't have that much time, and I will read without commenting too much on what are the principles. The declaration of principles of the Foward Declaration is number 1, partner with the people in establishing the conditions in which everyone can fulfill his or her true potential so that our country can flourish on the basis of sustainable development. Everyone counts and everyone is needed. 2, provide a safe, secure, and sustainable environment where all people can live, work, and play without fear, and in which their quality of life is optimized. 3, ensure that the disadvantaged in our society are provided with the tools to enable them to become productive and make reasonable provisions for those persons who by reason of illness, old age, or disability cannot work. 4, provide an education and training system which enhances mutual respect and esteem in order to help bring about a peaceful and fraternal coexistence between people of different ethnic groups, cultures, and religions. 5, build a diverse and democratic society that respects human rights, in which all people live in dignity and security, free of all forms of discrimination on the basis of religion, color, or gender, where labor is respected, and which fosters a culture of dialogue to facilitate an increase of understanding and mutual trust between individuals and groups. 6, not tolerate any form of corruption, and should not politicize the civil service, commissions, or state enterprises. Promote legislation for the registration and funding of political parties subject to review of an independent body. Support a system of governance which upholds the rule of law and the separation of powers, and the independence of the judiciary in its administrative and adjudicative functions. And 9, to invite international observers to oversee every general election whose report is promptly laid in Parliament. These are noble things. I think you cannot want anything better than this. And I think that if all 5 parties were to adhere to these resolutions, then I think we're going to have great politics in this country. There are other things. Declaration of values, and I'll just mention them. Selflessness, integrity, objectivity, accountability, openness, honesty, dialogue, leadership. And we have even more at the back of here. And whereas the people of Trinidad and Tobago in their constitution have affirmed that the nation of Trinidad and Tobago is founded upon principles that acknowledge the supremacy of God, faith in fundamental human rights and freedoms, the position of the family in a society of free men and institutions, the dignity of the human person, and the equal and inalienable rights with which all members of the human family are endowed by their Creator. So, Kavita, this is so noble. It's like, this should be the preamble of our Constitution.
It sounds like
it should be the preamble of our Constitution,
It sounds like an ideal constitution.
Yes.
It's perfect if only we can actually put it in.
Yes, once we can action this, if we can action this, then we are on our way to good governance in this country. And that is something that we need to remind ourselves, that we all put our signatures to this. All of the 5 parties put their signature to this. It may not be legally binding, but at least it's morally binding. And we should really try and hold on to this.
And it's where all the 5 parties need to maintain that balance.
That's right.
Remember, you signed up for this. This is what we promised.
That's right.
Trinidad and Tobago, the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
This is what we plan to hold on to, and that will be the glue, essentially, that will keep us together.
That should be the glue. That's right. These are common principles that we all adhere to. And this is really what should be driving our politics at this stage in our life.
Yes. And, you know, when Dr. Mahabir was reading the values and the values that we signed up for, openness, dialogue, and I think those are the two key, and integrity, the key values that we need to hold on to. Open dialogue with members of the community, with our nation. And that's something that we need. That's something that we don't always have.
Exactly.
You don't have an opportunity for consultation.
That's right.
And I think that's where there's been a public outcry for consultation.
That's right. Let me just read what it says on the dialogue, since we have a minute to spare. Commit to frank and patient dialogue, refusing to consider their differences as an insurmountable barrier, but recognizing instead that to encounter the diversity of others can become an opportunity for greater reciprocal understanding.
Sounds very COP to me.
Yes.
It's something that we continue to put into practice on a daily basis. Dr. Mahabir, it seems as though time really flies when you're having fun and a discussion starts, but we would like to have your closing comments on this evening's program.
Well, I think it's an interesting program. You know, we in the Congress of the People have started this every Sunday night in order to educate the people about the way Congress of the People is going to do our politics, to give you an idea of what we are doing, how we are doing it, where we plan to go into the future. Whenever there are questions, and I suppose sometime down the road we will be inviting questions on this program, we will be answering them as much as we can, and as honestly as we can. We will be hiding nothing from the public. The Congress of the People has nothing to hide. We are above board, and we are practicing our new politics to take us into the future. We are hoping that we can play a greater and greater role in the governance of Trinidad and Tobago. We know that there are difficulties and there are adversities, but that is why we are here, to try and overcome those things, all in the interests of the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
Dr. Mahabir, thank you very much for being on this evening's program.
Always a pleasure speaking with you, Dr.
And we hope that you will continue to participate in our program, and it's not the last Sunday that we're going to be seeing you here.
We'd love to see you back. And I'm almost sure soon we'll have him back.
Definitely. Now, viewers, we like to remind you, and as Dr. Mahabir said, we want to be highlighting and having that open dialogue with our members. So continue to send us your feedback. You can contact our operations center, you can contact Flagship House, or you can contact us at COP Corner in San Fernando. And by letting us know what's going on, giving us your feedback, we make not only this show a better show, but we help you to help you in that we know what to do for you, and you make your party, the COP, a stronger party. Nigel, your closing comments?
I would just like to thank Dr. Mahabir again for being on the program here with us. And Kavita, thank you, your lovely host.
Likewise, Nigel. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining me this evening. And again, Dr. Mahabir, thank you very much. Viewers, thank you for joining us this evening for Moving Forward. And we look forward to spending time with you next week Sunday, same time here at WIN TV. Good night.
Have a good night.